My time, this is my life, and I'ma do what I do, trying to maintain, get this money, fuck fame.
Hey YouTube, thank you for coming back to the Boys Entertainment channel. Today, as you can see, I'm not as fiery as I usually am welcoming you guys back to my page, but I have some news to share with you guys, and I'm pretty sure that this would be a great way for me to relieve this off of my soul and share this with my followers and my people who are being along with this journey with me. So I recently did the 23andme, and I got a lot of views and a lot of love on that video, which I definitely appreciate because it was a very enlightening experience for me. Just to give you guys a little background on myself, I was put in foster care when I was about like the age of 2 years old. Me and two of my other sisters, we were put into the system, and you know, I jumped around from home to home a little bit, and as well as my older sister, she did as well. One of my younger sister, she was taken by her father. I don't know too much about that situation. I can only speak about myself. But yeah, so doing 23andme has done something for me that I never imagined in a million years that I would have the opportunity to even say out of my mouth, honestly. So I never knew my father because of my unfortunate situation growing up as a little girl, you know, being put into the system, being adopted. And even though my adopted family, they're amazing, beautiful people, you know, I never had the opportunity because my adopted mother, she didn't know anything about my father's side. And, you know, my mom didn't really share any details about him as well. So it took me 27 years to find out who my father was. And all of this branched off of 23andme. So I had got my results on 23andme, and I was very curious as to a lot of things that popped up on my results. And I had signed up to do the family tree part of the 23andme process. So when I did that, it actually showed me so many people. And I was like, who are all these people? I was like, I've never seen these people, never met them. I know absolutely nothing about them. So one of the young ladies up there, I noticed that she was one of the top people at my list as far as like cousins go, saying that we shared a very high percentage of DNA. So it's like, everything in me was like, don't hit her up. Don't hit her up. Don't say nothing. Just leave it as it is. But then I was like, I'm so curious, because when I did put up the 23andme video very recently, me and my mom got into a big scuffle about it. I'm pretty sure it was mainly because she didn't want me to put such personal information out there, but we don't really have a relationship for me to, you know, kind of respect her wishes. So, you know, it took me to find my mom many years ago. If not, me and her probably wouldn't even have a relationship at all if it wasn't for me being such a curious teenager and just not being too happy with my situation and wanting to know more. So, you know, that led me down a path where I did find her. I did bring her into my life and into my sister's life. And now, you know, over the years, we just couldn't find a way to communicate or a way to basically have a relationship. So, you know, that's something that I just kind of let go. And I'm over it. I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy with my life right now. Very happy with the decisions that I've made. But going forth with this story right now, this is something that is very important to me because I've never considered myself to even have a father, honestly. I mean, I know, scientifically speaking, we all know how we're made, but not knowing your dad, not knowing his name, not knowing where he's from, not even knowing what he looks like, eventually it becomes a distant memory. It's just, okay, I know I have a father. I never met him, so he, you know, I don't know anything about him. So yeah, I took the liberty to hit up this young woman on 23andme, and After me and my mom had gotten to this scuffle, she, finally divulged my father's name to me. A couple years ago, she did tell me his first name, but who can find any information just off a first name and nothing else to know about a person? So it is what it is. But moving forward, I asked her if she knew who this person was, and I gave her the name that was given to me after finding out a couple days ago what his last name was. So I was like, okay, I'm noticing that a lot of people on this family tree have the same last name as the last name that was just given to me. So I'm like, wait, hold the phone. Let's just take the chance and find out. So I did, and come to find out, I've actually come in contact now with my long lost family on my father's side. So I have been given a wonderful opportunity that even at the age of 27 years old, it brings me to tears. It makes me emotional. It makes me feel a lot of mixed feelings, a lot of things that I never thought that I would find out about myself. And I feel like I'd rather have found out now than to never know and just have that lingering feeling on my mind forever. So I'm not going to divulge any names or anything like that, because this gets into a broader aspect of other people's personal lives. But this is a very big day for me because, finding out who my dad was, unfortunately, at the time that I am finding out, he did pass away 10 years ago. His situation was very unfortunate as to how he passed. I was sent an article to find out that he passed by, getting struck by a car in Brooklyn. So, it's very sad that it's like you finally get the opportunity to know who a person is, and then, it's like, well, damn it, I'll never get the chance to actually meet him, but at least I'm thankful to know something about him. And even maybe in this process, I may be able to build a relationship with many people that I didn't even know existed. Like, I don't know if I have siblings on my father's side. So that's another thing to also help me get to know more about myself, because with the situation that happened between me and my mother, we don't have a relationship. I don't have a relationship with many of my siblings at this point. And it would, be better for me to at least get to know another side of my family rather than leaving all my eggs in one basket. So I think that this is, it's very sad and very enlightening to learn a lot of things about him. I think it's very unfortunate to know that me and him actually shared many struggles that a lot of people don't know about me. So did find out that he was abusive to my mom, of course. And I think that's a very unfortunate situation, because I also went through a very similar situation where I was abused by a man that I was with, and I found it as a very difficult situation to get out of, but shit happens. I did get out of it. I did find a better path in life. I was homeless for a little while. I struggled finding my place in this world. Never got addicted to drugs or anything like that, but I did have a lot of issues with really finding myself, because of course when you grow up in foster care, you get a lot of detachments from people. You go through a lot of mental instability where it brings you to a position where you allow yourself to be abused, you allow yourself to go through certain things. But I didn't know that in that aspect my father did go through a lot growing up, and I think it's very unfortunate to hear this, but I did grow up in Brooklyn, New York my entire life, not knowing that, my father could have been right down the street. So he did also spend his life in New York, which is very interesting to know how close but so far your family can be. So I think that it's amazing now that I have the opportunity, because of just taking this 23andme, that at the age of 27 years old, I'm finally finding out who my dad is and what he looks like, and getting so much information shared with me, and so much distant relatives and family that are now hitting me up and speaking to me. And I think it's amazing. I think it's a very amazing experience for me. There's probably going to be some good and some bads, but I'm opening my arms to this experience with just a clear mind, and I just want to give myself the opportunity to really get to know other people that I probably never even imagined I would ever have this opportunity to meet. So I thank myself for having the balls to hit up a stranger and go, hey, do you know who this is? So, you know, it's very, I'm not gonna cry. Okay, it's very emotional for me. It's a lot to take in. I called my foster mother who adopted me when I was about 7 years old. Me and her, we have a great relationship, and I called her immediately. I was like, Grandma, oh my God, you wouldn't believe what I just found out today. And you know, she was very open to sharing that experience with me. She's just as excited as I am, even though a lot of the things that I have found out about him is very unfortunate to know that, you know, my dad was addicted to drugs. He was in and out of prison. He was abusive to women and stuff like that. You know, he had it rough. He had the world on his shoulders. And I did find out that he was trying to change his life around, but then he still got mixed in with the wrong crowds. You know, I don't know anything about him. Just some of this information is what's being currently shared with me, but you know, I don't know him. I'm not going to judge somebody as a person that I don't personally know, because there are goods and there are bads to people. I'm pretty sure, you know, people see bad in me as well as other people see good in me as well. So it doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, we are all human. We all make mistakes, and I'm just very happy that I have this opportunity to even know anything about him. I was just sent some pictures and I was just like, kind of look like him. Okay, he's cute. My daddy cute. Now I know where I get my looks from. Nah, I kind of look more like my mom anyways, but at least I know where all of this is coming from. So you never know. I mean, with me going through my struggle growing up, I went through a lot growing up in foster care, on the streets, homeless, just being abused. I went through a lot as well, but the one thing that got me through it was just not wanting to be like other people around me, other people that I know, seeing them suffer so bad and never get their lives together and dying young. I had to go through a near-death experience to realize that I didn't want to die. I didn't want to lose my life and not have done anything productive with myself. So I took that opportunity to really fight for myself, clean myself up, get out of the abusive relationship, and really just grab my life back. Stop holding on to relationships that were toxic for me. No matter how much I wanted to hold on to it, I had to learn that at a point in your life, it comes to where you need to let things go so that you can grow as a person and become better. So yeah, I mean, I'm just very overwhelmed by this today, but I'm very happy at the same sense to get to know so many beautiful people. I mean, I was tagged in a post and I just started going through everyone's photos. I'm like, oh my God, they're all so beautiful. And I may not know anything about them, but it's still amazing to get to know people. It's always an amazing thing to learn new things about yourself. So with that said, 23andMe has 100% changed my life because it was my husband's idea. If I wasn't with him, I never would even imagine taking this 23andMe. And it also brings me back to how the universe works. Now, I was stuck with somebody for a couple of years, going through abuse and dealing with being in the streets and being homeless. And when I decided to let go of that situation and get past it and fight through it, I find myself back with somebody that I met in high school, which is currently my husband. We met 10 years ago, which is around the time that my father passed away, because this is what I'm finding out. So, you know, when we first met, we went through our trials and tribulations, and everything in life brought me back to this man that I'm married to now, which also is the reason why I took a 23andMe. So, you know, like I said, it shows me how the universe works in mysterious ways, because if I wasn't with him, if I didn't take that step in life to finally settle down with the person that I felt was my soulmate all these years, I would have never had this opportunity right now. So I'm very thankful. I have to thank him too for even coming up with the idea of us doing a 23andMe. Like, this is an amazing experience for us. And now I have something to share with my kids when I have children and stuff like that. So this is something very amazing for me and very important to me. I do wish that things were a little bit different and maybe I had the opportunity to meet my father, whether he was in a good or a bad situation. I would have still chosen the opportunity to be able to say hello to him, to be able to know him, period. You know, you never know where things like that can lead. You never know what that can do for a person. So with that said, I'm very, very sorry to hear that after finding out all of this, he did pass away. So there's nothing I can do about that. I'm never going to be able to meet him, but at least I'm able to live through other people vicariously by learning about him, seeing photos of him, sharing memories that other people had of him. And to be honest with you, this is the most enlightening thing that has happened to me in many years. So yeah, I'm thank you guys for sitting here and listening to this story, because I feel that a lot of people don't put things out there like this because they're ashamed and they're afraid of speaking up on what has actually happened to them. And I feel that a lot of people should be more open and let go of these demons, because a lot of times we don't realize that growing up, we hold on to a lot of pain and a lot of anger just based off of what we have gone through as children, or the different things that has happened to us in our lives. So I feel that today has brought me a step closer to really relieving myself of my childhood, relieving myself of not knowing who I am. It's like I finally get to know a little bit more about myself, and this feels amazing. So I'm thankful for the experience of taking the 23andme. I'm thankful that I had the balls to say hello and get to know these people. And I'm thankful that they are opening their arms very wide to get to know me as well. I appreciate this because I know that this is a bomb dropping on them just as well as it is for me. So I can't even imagine what's going through their minds. And I'm pretty sure they can't imagine what's going through mine. So I just want to thank God, and I want to thank everybody for this experience, because just knowing all these people in my life and having the opportunity to really get to know these people, this is so important to me. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sitting here and getting to know more about Jasmine. We'll be coming up with some more content pretty soon, but I just wanted to share this with you guys so that you guys can understand that we all go through our struggles. We all have different issues in life that we may face, and some people get it worse than others. But all I'm gonna say is that don't be afraid to reach out. It's better to know than not know. So thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Get through. Can't wait to say I got it, 'cause I got it, I got it. And you're looking at me like I got it, 'cause I got it, and I got it. I can't wait to say I